I already taught you everything you need to know about Magic. Now I'm going to go over how to actually play Magic. The 3 points I'm going to be going over are what you'll actually need to play the game, the different steps within the game, and the benefits of playing the game. So what you'll need is you'll need a deck. The deck is usually anywhere from 60 to 100 cards, and you can't have any more than 4 cards other than basic lands. So, you'll need something to keep your life total. Like there's these things called D20s. It's a dice, and then there's apps on your phone to do it, and you can also use just a pen and paper. And you'll need at least one person to play with. A lot of times you play with more than one person. The beginning of the game, you and your opponent both start at 20 life, and then you'll shuffle your deck to make sure that all the cards are random. And then you will both draw 7 cards to have your starting hand. During the game, you'll have your beginning of your turn, the untap, and then you'll also have your draw step and your main phase. So during your main phase, you'll play a land, and then you'll do what you call tapping it, which is just turning it sideways. And then you'll play another card for like 1 mana, which is what it's called. And then you also move to your attack phase, which is where you choose whether you want your creature on the board to attack or to not attack. But then when you attack, your opponents can choose to block with their creatures, and then after all that happens, the damage is done, and then it's the end of combat. And then you have another main phase, and then it's the end of your turn, and all the creatures that have health taken away but aren't dead, they get their health back. And then how you actually win, you can kill them through combat damage, which is just attacking with creatures until they're at 0 life. You can kill them using different cards that use damage, such as a card called Lightning Bolt, where it does 3 damage directly to an opponent. And then you can also, what is called milling their library, which is getting all of their cards from their deck into their graveyard, and then they can't draw another card, so then they just lose the game. And then there's it's called scooping, where if you're doing really good and they just don't want to play anymore, they can just pick up their cards and be done. Or there's cards that have certain conditions on it, which say if you have 40 life or more, you win the game. And the benefits of playing are, it helps to build social skills, because when you're playing with someone, you're talking to them, and you're usually in a big group. You also use calculations and probability. You calculate your different life totals, how much damage is being done, and the probability is, if I have this many cards in my hand and so many in my graveyard, there's this chance I can get this card that I need. It also helps develop decision making, because within the game, you have to make a lot of decisions that can sway the game, if you're going to win, if you're going to lose, if you should do this now, or if you should do it later. Then it also helps develop creativity and strategy, because within decks, there's different themes that you can do. Not all decks are the same. There's different strategies within it, and you want to create synergy. And then there's also an economic side of the game, where these cards are worth money. There's some that are worth a lot of money, and you can sell them or trade them, whatever you want to do with them. And I got this from magicrange.com, and well, thank you, I guess. I'm not sure you do that.